Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today in this video I'm going to show you how to make a simple and beautiful sleeve. So to make the sleeves I took a plastic beads like this. So you can use a thermocol also. If you use a thermocol, when you iron the thermocol balls, it's just going to press on its own and it's not going to stay in the exact shape once you wash and press that together. So that I just used a plastic beads like this, and also I just took a square pieces of fabric like this. So I'm going to put the beads in this and I'm going to wrap that. And also I'm just using a canvas, a regular canvas. So this canvas is used in the salwar pants. So I'm just taking that canvas to go with this sleeves. So this is a 2-inch wide canvas. So if you are taking your neckline canvas, make sure you cut that into a 2 or 3-inch wide. Okay, so let's get started by making the nice little balls with the fabric. Okay, so now I just took a piece of square fabric like this, and you can take any kind of contrasting color which goes well with your kurta or kurti. So now I just placing the ball at the center. I'm just pressing like this and make sure there is no wrinkle at the top of that bead. Okay, so if you want thermocol balls also, for sure you can use that. Okay, so once the bead is secured inside the fabric, just take the thread and you're going to wrap the thread really tightly in the fabric. Okay, so it should be tight enough, and I'm just making some knots over there, and let me cut out the excess fabric like this. Okay, so this is how it's going to look. Just looks really simple and really beautiful. So same I'm going to do to my entire beads. So if you are taking 6 beads, make sure that you take the exact six beads to the next sleeves also. Okay, so you're going to wrap it nice, tight and neat like this. Make sure there is no wrinkles on the top of the beads. Okay, so now I'm going to trim out the excess fabric like this. Okay, so after making the beads like this, and now I show you how to attach the beads to the sleeves. So before attaching, you have to take your canvas and make sure that you just place the canvas on the sleeves and you take more than it required. Okay, so I'm just taking 1 inch more than the required canvas. So the sleeves is fold in half. So see here, I have folded the sleeves in half like this. So I'm going to take a 2 piece of the canvas. Okay, so these are 2 individual pieces of canvas which is going to be attached to the sleeves. So now I'm just going to mark an angle on the canvas like this, and let me cut this out. So once it's done, it's going to look like this. So I'll be just sewing like this on my sleeves. So before sewing the canvas to the sleeves, I'm just going to line the canvas with a pattern fabric. Okay, this is the pattern fabric I'm going to use to line the canvas. So I have just folded the pattern fabric in half, and I'm just marking the exact size of the pattern fabric. Okay, make sure you do this to the wrong side of the pattern fabric. So now I'm just sewing on the exact margin of the canvas. Okay, so that just stays in place. Okay, so I'm just sewing on the straight like this. So same I'm going to do to my next side of the canvas. Okay, so folding the fabric in half, and I'm just sewing the canvas on top of that. Okay, so just wherever you get into the curve, make sure that you put your needle in and turn the fabric out. Okay, so once it's done, I'm going to trim out the excess fabric. So if you use a contrasting color, it's going to look really beautiful. So I'm just using a contrasting color because it's a plain color fabric. It's a normal pink fabric, so I'm just using a contrasting color fabric to go well with that plain green color kurta. So now once you turn the canvas in, I'm going to stitch on top of the canvas. Okay, so little by little I'm going to finish off by sewing like this. So I'm just using a salwar kameez canvas because it would be little bit more thicker than your normal neckline canvas. So if you don't get the salwar kameez canvas, no problem, you can just use your normal neckline canvas also. So once it's done, you can see you have to lay the canvas like this. Okay, so you're going to overlap like this, and I'm going to sew that on top so that it will be secured in place before attaching that. Okay, so just overlap on top of the canvas like this, and you should get an illusion of like a V shape. So that's the important thing over here. So you have to get a V at the center. Okay, and also I'm sewing the edges of the canvas like this so that the fabric and the canvas would be concealed in. So now take your sleeves, and to the midpoint of the sleeves I'm going to cut into. So for a minimum of 3 inch I'm going to make a slit. So this slit is left up to you, as big you want you can just cut the slit. So I'm just taking a 3 inch and I'm just making a slit at the center point of my sleeves. Okay, and now I'm going to attach this piece of fabric to the center of my sleeves to turn the raw edge inside. Okay, so it's a normal plain piece of fabric, and I'm going to attach that to the pre side, and then I'll be turning that in. Okay, so now I'm just turning my fabric to the wrong side so that I can see where my slit line is. So now I'm just sewing that on top. Okay, so whenever you want to turn, you're going to put the needle in and you're going to turn the fabric out. Okay, so once it's done, you're going to cut the piece of fabric as like your slit in the sleeve. So just cut into that, and you're going to just tuck in the fabric like this so that the pre side raw edge would be tucked into the raw side of the sleeves like this. Okay, so now you can see how pretty and neat enough. So now I'll be attaching this beads to my slit point like this. So to make that, make sure you change your foot to the zipper foot. Okay, so I'm just sewing one by one. Okay, so if you want just a slit in your sleeves, you can just leave it as it is, and if you want to attach the bead in the slit, you can just continue by attaching the beads also. Okay, so believe me, just a very good office wear and a very good beautiful design to wear. Okay, so one by one you're going to lay the beads. So now I'm just taking a piece of fabric and I'm going to close the slit like this. Okay, so make sure that you place the beads on the fabric like this, and you're going to sew on the exact margin of the beads. Okay, so now I'm just sewing to the left hand side of the beads so that the opening of the sleeves will be concealed and it just looks really neat. Okay, so now you can see it just looks really beautiful like this. So now I'm going to attach my canvas what I made before to my sleeves, and make sure that you make that V to the center point of the sleeves. Okay, so this is the V that I'm talking about. So with the center point of the sleeves should match the V of the canvas. Okay, that is the midpoint of the canvas that we joined. So now just flip the canvas and you're going to put a top stitch on top of this so that it's going to hold the style really simple and neat. Okay, you can see how beautiful and how neat it is. So once it's done, you can trim out the excess canvas which is hanging out. Okay. So that's it. We got a very beautiful sleeves like this. So this is what the V looks like, and it just came out really well. And if you like this video and if you want more videos like this, please do subscribe my channel first and don't forget to leave a thumbs up. See you next time with a different kind of style. Take care. Bye bye.